welcome to the Stretch and Tone Pilates Matwork session. For this session you won't need any equipment other than your head cushions. I've got a thin one and a thick one. I'll tell you a little bit more about those later on. And for this first part of the session we're going to be using a yoga block, possibly for sitting on, if that helps you to sit more comfortably on the mat. So let's get started, and we're going to start off sitting in long frog position. So just a front view for this, we're sitting with the soles of our feet connected together, the knees dropping out to the sides, and you're trying to sit up as straight as you can through the spine. Now, a yoga block may be suitable for you or helpful for you if you find this particular position really tight in your hips, or if you find that you can't straighten your back. So for example, if you're sitting and you really can't lift yourself out of your hips and up through the spine, then it's quite useful to sit on top of a yoga block. So I'll show you for this first session. So as you rise up onto the yoga block, you might find a little bit more release in the front of your hips, and it's certainly much easier to sit straighter through the spine. So let's rest the hands on the front of your shins or the fronts of your knees. Sit up really tall in the body. Draw the tummy towards your spine. And we're going to start with our spine stretch forward, the preparation phase. So we start with a little nod of the chin. The head comes forwards, the neck comes forwards. The shoulders and the arms start to come forward, so the hands will slide down the legs. The upper back is coming forwards, and the mid back, and eventually the lower back. The pelvis doesn't come forward, it stays glued to that wall behind you. And then you roll yourself back up again, restacking the spine until you can sit up really tall again, finding those natural curves. So remember, you've got that curve inwards of the neck, the curve inwards of the lower back, and hopefully that's what you can return to. So again, imagine there's that wall behind you. You're going to bring your head away from the wall, your neck away, shoulders and arms, upper back, mid back and lower back. Keeping the tummy active, it's scooping towards your spine as you go forwards. Big breath in at the bottom and then breathe out as you come back up. Let's do 2 more sets. I really want you to feel that those muscles along the spine and all the way up the back are stretching as you come forwards. So you feel a really nice sense of length through the back of the body. When you finish that last set, and again you're sitting up nice and tall, let's stretch the legs out in front. And you could keep them glued together with your feet flexed, or you can open your legs a little wider apart if that's again more comfortable for the hips. Again, if you really struggle to have a straight back with straight legs, then just simply soften the knees, and that should help you to sit more comfortably. Now I'm going to stay in this position. I'm going to reach my arms out in front, and I want you to keep your arms shoulder width apart and keep them parallel to the floor. So when you stretch forward, the arms don't go down to your feet, they go straight to the wall in front. So again, we start off with that lovely length in the spine, the tummy draws in. As you breathe out, nod the chin, bring the head forwards, shoulders and arms, upper back, mid back, and the lower back. Take a breath in at the bottom and breathe out as you restack the spine, bone by bone, releasing the shoulders, lengthening the neck. Breath in to prepare, breathe out as we go forwards. Breathe in at the bottom and breathe out. Roll the spine back up, sit up tall to prepare. We'll do 2 more sets. With the legs as straight as you can make them, you should feel a hamstring stretch as well as a back stretch. So now we're getting length all the way down the back line of the body, from the soles of your feet right up to the crown of the head. One last one to finish. Try to keep those feet flexed, the toes pulling back towards you, the tummy drawing to the spine, supporting, lengthening the back, and rolling yourself all the way back up, sitting sitting tall, relax the shoulders. Bring your feet together again if you want to, just to release the knees and the hips, and relax your spine if you need to. We're going to finish off this little sequence with a spine stretch forward again, but this time we're adding in a rotation. So what I want you to do is to keep your left leg straight, and you could point the toes this time. We're going to bend your right knee and let the sole of your foot rest along the ankle or the calf muscle, anywhere along the lower part of your leg, and the right knee just drops out to the side. Then you're going to sit really tall again through the spine, draw the tummy in, reach your arms out to the sides. So what we're going to do here is twist your spine to the right and let your left arm come down and rest onto your left leg. The right arm floats up towards your ceiling, or towards your head, the ceiling, and you're going to continue to stretch forward, but also rotate to the right. And again, breathe out, go forwards, and rotate to the right. Breathe into pause. Breathe out, go forwards again, rotate to the right again, and one last stretch, go as far as you possibly can. And then bring yourself all the way back up, untwist to the center, and now swap the legs around. So the left knee will bend, right leg stays straight, sit up tall in the body, reach the arms out to the sides, twist to the left. The right arm rests down onto the right leg, left arm comes up towards your ear or your head, and now as you stretch forward, you twist to the left. Take a breath in, breathe out, go forwards and twist to the left. Breathe in, breathe out, go forwards, also twist to the left. Breathe in, and one last one, forwards and twist. Breathe in there and breathe out. Bring yourself all the way back, untwist to the center. Let's do one more to each side, and I'm just going to face the front for these next two, just to give you a different view of the exercise. So we'll have the right leg bent, left leg straight, arms reaching out to the sides, we twist to the right. Left arm comes down, right arm reaches up to the head. We breathe out to go a little bit forwards and twist to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out, go forwards, twist to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out, forwards, twist. Breathe in. Last one. And then bring yourself back and twist to the center. Switch the legs for your last one. And what you'll hopefully feel as you do this is a really big stretch along the flank of the body, from the hips up the shoulder blade and across into the upper back. So last one to the left. Rotate, drop the right arm down, lift the left arm up. You're looking towards the armpit or towards the left knee as you go forwards and as you rotate. So the crown of your head is going forwards, you're twisting to the left. Breathe out for two more. Breathe into pause, breathe out for your last one. And then bring yourself all the way back up, untwist to the center. Relax your legs, you can give them a little hug or a stretch if you want to. And then bring yourself all the way back up. And let's come now and lie down onto your backs into relaxation position. So I'm going to get rid of my yoga block, I'm going to get my thin head cushion to support my head. Some of you will need one, some of you won't. Make sure you've got a little bit of room behind you to take your arms back. And just gently bring yourself onto your backs. There'll be a little bit of space between your feet, a little bit of space between the knees, and the arms just lengthening down to your sides. Feel that the shoulders are open, the chest is heavy, so you're sinking down through the breastbone. And then just check your pelvis is in a neutral position, so the hips and the pubic bone are level with one another. They're parallel to the mat, so there's a little sense of your natural curve for your lumbar spine, imagining a little bit of air being able to flow underneath your lower back. Your neck should also have space behind it, so just check if you have cushions that they're not down under your shoulders, they're literally just under the head. And then let's start with a gentle spine curl. So as we breathe out, we tilt the pelvis towards the face, press your lower back into the mat, gently lift your bottom, and bone by bone peel the spine away from the floor. The hips are lifting to the ceiling. Take a breath in there, and then breathe out as you gently roll back down again, bone by bone by bone. So it's a breath in to prepare the body. As we breathe out, tilt the pelvis towards your face, lift your bum, bone by bone rise up. Take a breath in at the top, but remain heavy in the chest. And then breathe out, gently roll back down again. We'll do just one more of these, and just a reminder for those of you who have osteoporosis, you're coming up with a straight back. So rather than tilting the pelvis, you're going to keep your pelvis level and just rise up with your spine, and then release back down again. So we'll just do one last one, tilting the pelvis if you are, lifting your bottom, lifting the spine, bone by bone. Hips opening to the ceiling, wide through the shoulders, and then releasing back down again. We're going to add in an arm raise next. This is really nice just to help to mobilize the shoulders and also to stretch around the shoulder girdle. So the next time you come up into your spine curl, stay up, float your arms to the ceiling and take them back towards your ears. The arms stay back as your spine gently softens down into the floor, bone by bone by bone. And then bring the arms back to the sides. So we breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, tilt the pelvis, lift the bottom, lift the spine. Breathe in, arms come up and back. Breathe out, soften down through the spine. Release to neutral and bring your arms back to your sides. We'll do one more set to finish off. And have a sense as the arms stay back that as your spine and your bottom come down to the floor, they get longer and longer and closer to the feet. And then release the arms to your sides. Let's come now into some hip rolls. You're going to bring your feet together, your knees together. Your arms are going to open out a little wider to your sides, the palms turned up towards the ceiling. And we're going to start off with a hip roll to the right. So the knees stay together, the feet stay together, the left shoulder stays on the mat. Now what I'd like you to do is to let the right knee drop away from the left knee, and it just lowers as much as it can towards the floor. Take a breath in there. As you breathe out, connect the knees together, roll back to the center. Take a breath in. Breathe out, roll the pelvis, the legs to the left, keep the right shoulder heavy. Breathe in, let the left knee drop away from the right knee. As you breathe out, connect the knees, roll back to the center. Let's do a few more to each side. You could keep your head nice and still as you do this, or you could look to the opposite shoulder as your knees drop away to the other side. And if, like me, you're moving a little bit down the mat as you do this, bring your head cushions with you. Make sure your spine, your head is supported. Let's do this last one to the left. Good. And then let's leave the arms there. Bring your legs one at a time into a double knee fold position. Feet together, knees together, and we do the same exercise or the same hip roll, but this time the knees stay together. Don't let them separate. So as you breathe in this time, we roll to the right. As you breathe out, come back to the center. Breathe into the left. Breathe out as you come back to the center. And you want to make sure that opposite shoulder stays really anchored as your legs go over from side to side. We're using that out breath to really help to pull the weight of the legs back to the center. So this is all about toning the waists, getting nice support for the lower back from the sides. Let's do one last one to each side. there you can either just bring your feet onto the mat or give your knees a little hug towards the chest. You can rock through the spine, release the lower back. I always like to finish with this when I've done hip rolls, just to release any pressure through the spine. And then one at a time, bring your feet back down into the mat. We're going to continue with the second part of the sequence in a moment, so I'm going to leave you here and see you on the other side. Bye for now.